Hi everyone, it's Pamela Ferguson and welcome to this Friday's edition to Naked News. And it's not that kind of naked. Generally, naked news is stripping away all the preconceived notions about skincare and anything else in life. But today, I think I'm going to stray. I will stray from that today. So many of you know I've been on vacation for a while and we are getting to leave soon. So this morning I was like, I haven't been planning ahead on what I wanted to do for Naked News. So this morning I'm eating breakfast and I'm going through my emails and I get an email notification that says, it's your anniversary. It's my 5-year, we call it Rodannivesary. It's kind of, obviously it's a trick on the name of Rodan and Field. So it's my 5-year Rodannivesary. And when I read that, I thought, okay, that's what I'll do. I'll do kind of why I decided to say yes and what my life looks like since then. So, yay, happy Rodannivesary to me. Feel free to give me hearts or comments and say happy Rodannivesary. But way beyond that, okay, let's rewind. There's a couple different reasons why I decided to say yes. So the first one that seems far away, but it actually is very relevant to why I said yes. So many years ago, hey Carrie, when I had my first daughter. I've told this story many times before. So I am ready to go back to work after maternity, and literally the day I was going back to work, they brought me into my boss's office and said, hey, we've eliminated your job. We're not hiring anyone to replace you. We've eliminated your job. So fast forward many years later, it's kind of a different part of the story, but when I decided that I wanted to go back into the workforce, one thing I knew is I didn't want to be standing, or actually I was sitting, in that position again. I did not want to be there where I had put, I did everything I was supposed to do. I went to high school, I got good grades. I went to college, I got good grades. I got an MBA, I got a master's degree, I got good grades. And I was told that's what you needed to do to be successful. And then I was standing at that moment and told that everything that I had done, it didn't matter, that my position was ended. This has happened to a lot of people before. It's not like I'm the only one that this has ever happened to. However, when I did want to get back to the first workforce, I said, well, I don't want that to be me again. I didn't want that to be me. So that was one of the things when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So fast forward, 3 kids later, 12 years later, when finally I say, okay, I want to get back into the workforce, what can I do? I explored around. I'm like, how can I use my degree? How can I go into what I was doing before? Everything that I looked for was, hours that I couldn't predict, meaning maybe nights and weekends, or it was hours that I didn't have control over. Hey, Jamie, how are you? And so for me, with 3 kids at the time, and my youngest was, I think 8. I don't know, a quick calculation, 8 to 12, really, at the time. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do when someone's sick? What am I going to do? And all those single moms or double income families, I imagine you have these same struggles. And the difference is that we had no family in town, and we'd only lived there 2 years? No, maybe 3 years. I don't know. We'd only lived there a short time. It's not like I'd lived my whole life there, that I'd have lifelong friends. And also my husband had a job in the operating room in a hospital. So he was never going to be able to say, oh, my child is sick, I'm going to have to go home. That was never an option. So I knew I had to find something where I could have that type of flexibility in my job. So I'm looking and I just am not finding anything. And what I really wanted to do was some real estate tutoring, but all of them wanted me to be a full-time instructor first and do tutoring on the side. But again, that lies the problem with the profession and kind of my family needs. Now, growing up, if someone would have said, oh, you're gonna be, selling skincare or representing a skincare company, I'd have been like, I don't think so. That was really not my lifelong dream. And things evolved over time. And is skincare my love and my dream? don't know if I would say that's my love and my dream. Now, what is my family. And being able to be there for them and being able to earn extra money for our family. My husband has a great job, but I also was kind of tired of just being Hannah's mom. I wanted to get back into the workforce. I wanted to be able to be appreciated for other things, who I myself personally was, and not just somebody's mom. Wouldn't trade being a mom, or wouldn't have changed anything for the world. That's not what I'm saying. However, it's nice to be recognized for your own self, your own accomplishments, besides just having a baby, I guess I would say. So I didn't realize I was needing that until I got back in, and I was progressing in this job, and I was getting little perks and bonuses and doing these things, and I thought, wow, that's really nice. I kind of had forgotten. And to tell you the truth, in my traditional jobs, we didn't have those things anyway. For doing your job, they didn't say, oh, you've earned this iPad. It just didn't exist. Oh, here's this Kate Spade purse. We didn't have that kind of thing. I love my job, don't get me wrong. It was great. Even though I didn't have those things, I didn't realize how much I would enjoy those things until I had them. And so now I look back and say, boy, it would have been nice to have those, to feel appreciated in my other jobs. And the other thing too is that every year when your review came up, or it was time to look, okay, let's see, you're like, please let me get, for years it was, please let me get 4%, right? And then it was like, please let me get 2%, and then it just got less and less, and sometimes it's like, hey, you're doing a great job, but the economy's bad, so we can't give you a raise. And I know many people who've been in that situation. So I didn't want to be in a career or a position where I was fighting with them just for them to appreciate me. And that was another reason I decided to say yes. My neighbor, Erin, introduced me to this, to Rodannivesary, and at first I was like, I don't know. I really was thinking I needed a job. I wasn't told to look for opportunities, because when I grew up, I was like, you look for jobs, you look for W-2 employment, those kinds of things. So it was hard for me to see. And also the stigma that direct sales had. And I was kind of like, I don't know. And even my husband, who is supportive of my business, he said, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like that direct sales is for you. You're kind of overqualified for that. And later did I know that the overqualified people that I also work with, I have doctors, I have nurses, I have CEOs, I have celebrities, all those people saw, hey, this is more than just direct sales. It is a skincare company that decided to take that avenue to go to. Keep in mind, if you didn't know, Rodannivesary used to be in department stores. They used to be. But our doctors, supervision here, saw, you know what? People aren't going to the malls anymore. People are buying online. And even if they do go to the mall to buy something, they're going because their friend recommended it. So that's why they decided to pull it out of the stores. I'm not sure if you knew kind of that backstory or not. So they had vision beyond, I feel like I'm fairly savvy in business. I understand things, and I didn't see what they saw. But the underlying factor of why I decided to say yes 5 years ago today, can't believe it's been 5 years, is I needed flexibility. I needed to be able to put in the time when it worked for me. I didn't want to work nights and weekends. I wanted to work when my kids were napping, or when they were asleep, or when they were gone at school. I wanted to still be able to eat lunch with them at school. This is when they were young enough to actually want me to eat lunch with them. Of course, we'll add that little asterisk there. Or I wanted to be their Girl Scout leader. I wanted to be able to do these things and still be able to help with our family. And for me, this is what I do. It's not a side gig. It's not anything. This is my love. This is my passion. This is my career. Do I work full-time? No, absolutely not. And luckily, nobody has to work full-time doing this job. 70% of the people who do Rodannivesary work other jobs. So it's not, I don't, because that's not how I started and how it works and how my business has grown. However, most people do. Most people do. So if you're thinking, well, that's not really for me. I don't know enough people here. I'm not a salesperson, which I'm not a salesperson either. I wasn't trained in sales. I was a real estate instructor for computer online stuff. So I wasn't even, thanks, Lena. I wasn't even interacting with people on a daily basis besides, writing courses and doing things like that. So I'm not a salesperson either, and I never was. And honestly, I don't think you should be. To me, it's the same as telling somebody, hey, I just saw Ant-Man and the Wasp. You should go. It's amazing. Or you should go to Angelo's restaurant. They have this great fettuccine Alfredo that I just adore. And they have a coupon going on right now. To me, it's the same thing. So when people say I'm not a salesperson, I say, well, that's good, because we just want genuine people who love the products and are happy to share them. And again, I didn't know anything about skincare when I started. And I have to admit, I took a shower in the water that hit my face. There you go. That was my skincare regimen. However, when I did hit my 40s, I said, well, I should be using something, right? So I went to the store, I had no idea what I was doing, and I went down an aisle and I grabbed some stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is supposed to be good. I didn't even have a cleanser. I didn't have anything. I just did some sort of a treatment because I was clueless. But that's okay. I didn't need to know. All I needed to do was, hey, these products are amazing, and share it with other people. And then the other thing that I hear is I don't know enough people, in that it's funny because Rodanna Fields is in the United States, it's in Canada, and it's in Australia. So, we've moved 5 times in 8 years. And since I joined Rodanna Fields, we moved twice. One 300 miles away and one out of state. So if I would have had a regular traditional job, I would have had to quit the job because we were moving too far away for me to maintain it. That's one thing. And number 2, the customers that I got from the moment I joined, I was able to carry them wherever I went, because it's like Amazon, where you have a website, they order from you and they deliver it to them. So whether if it's in Alaska or Canada or Sydney, Australia, wherever that might be, they can order it on your website and have it directly shipped to them. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff. So it didn't really matter that I wasn't living in the city with all the people I knew anymore. That was irrelevant. You can grow and have this amazing business without it being that way. You might just move to a city one day, but it doesn't matter. It's not where you are now. It's where you've been. Everybody you've ever known, everybody they've ever known. So in celebration of my Rodannivesary, my 5-year Rodannivesary, I wanted to do a few things. So first of all, I wanted to say, if you're wondering how you can give me a Rodannivesary gift, is that presumptuous of me that you're going to want to give one to me? You can be one of 3 things to me in my business. You can be a customer. I've been looking at these products for a long time. I'd really like to try them. We literally just released a product this week, a brand new product that's available to customers starting next month. You can be a consultant. That means work with me and earn this money on your own. And that means getting a piece of this pie, this $1.5 billion company, and then the anti-aging industry as a whole, huge. We're the #1 skincare brand in North America. We've only been in Canada 3 years. Where do you think this is going? We've just entered into Australia less than a year ago. So a ton of growth. And then also the last one could be a connector. If you're saying, listen, that's not for me. I have super sensitive skin that I can only put water on my face, whatever it is, you can be a connector. So you say, you know what, it's not for me. However, I do have a friend who's always complaining about her bags under her eyes or her dark spots. Or I have a friend who's always saying, gosh, I wish I could have money and be able to stay home with my kids. Or I wish I had enough money to go on a vacation. All those things. Any of those things, you can be a connector. And at a bare minimum, for anybody that you know that does direct sales or has their own business or anything like that, the easiest way to support them, like their post, comment on their post, share their post. That you're not committing to anything. You don't even have to buy anything. You don't even have to tell other people. By liking, commenting, and sharing, that just actually tells the person who's posting it or the person who owns their own business that, hey, you know what? It may not be for me, but how can I help you? How can I help you? So for me, all my people who have their own businesses and do those things, I'm always trying to like or comment on their things, because that's a way for me to be able to help them out. Even if it's products I may not use, that's really irrelevant. The irrelevant is trying to give your friends support. So on my Rodannivesary, you can give me support by doing any of those things: liking, commenting, or sharing my posts, sharing it with a friend, maybe saying, hey, you know, this direct sales may be a little bit different than I thought. Everybody seems to be doing it. Why is everybody seem to be doing it? It's an opportunity to be able to think outside the box and be able to have an income that is beyond trading time for money. So on my job, I don't have to, if I want to earn more money, it doesn't mean that I have to work more hours. It's work smarter, not better kind of thing. I'm sitting on the floor, so I'm adjusting around. I think I'm rambling here. However, also want to mention that I do have a VIP club for anyone. You don't have to be a customer as long as you are in those states. I offer promos for items or specials going on, or sometimes even skincare tips. And I send you a text maybe once a week. Pretty much that's the max, but maybe once every 2 weeks as well. And then you just have to text you have to text real PF like my initials, Pamela Ferguson, to 51660, and then type yes that you opt into these texts. But that's a way that you can help support me. But I'm, really excited today. I have to say that, lots of jobs, you are rolling your eyes, you're like, I can't stand this job, it's a paycheck and that's it. And since the moment I started this job, I have adored every second of it. I shouldn't say every second of it, because that's not realistic, right? I have enjoyed it tremendously. I love reconnecting with people that I hadn't talked to in a long time, because again, I've moved a lot, and so I have friends everywhere in the country and around the world. And so I love connecting with them, I love chatting with them, and I really truly care about the people I reach out to. And I hope that if I've ever reached out to you about the products or the business, you don't feel that I'm just selling you, because truly, honestly, I'm not. It's not for everyone. And even sometimes I talk to people about the business and I say, I don't know if this is for you. And that's okay. That doesn't mean I don't want to connect with you. I still want to connect with you. I love connecting with everyone, and that's my favorite part of the business. I love this from the moment I started it, and I can't imagine, and the benefit that I get about the people that I work with, I don't mean corporate, I mean the other consultants, super supportive, super helpful, just everyone is cheering you on. So if you don't have a job like that, or you don't work with people like that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you don't have that. The great thing about these direct sales businesses is you get to choose who you work with. So you can choose your favorite people to work with. We have teams on like mothers and daughters and cousins and all these things together. It's amazing. I love that. You get to work with all your favorite people. But I love all you guys on Facebook land, and I sent my kids away to go to 7-Eleven with my mom so she could get them ices while I did this thing, or I guess I should say Slurpees, while we did this thing, since we don't have a 7-Eleven in Myrtle Beach. But I just want to say goodbye and thank you for all of my customers who've supported me all these years, and everybody on my team who decided to partner with me and partner with the people on my team. I really couldn't have done it without you guys, and it just means so much to me, and I'm so happy. And everybody have a great day. Sign up for my VIP club, and we will see you next week.